This is Professor Homa, and I'm back. Welcome CSC 112 Q1 students. Continuing on part 2 of the Red Sox stats, I left off with formatting this area here so they look like batting averages, which are typically, if you're not familiar with batting averages, it would be like if you batted 300, it would be a .300. So these cells here will be formatted like that. So I'm actually gonna go a cell below as well, because actually when we do the totals, that's also going to be formatted the same way. So I might as well do that now, even though it doesn't say to do that on the sheet. But I'm at number 5 on the sheet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to format this to get rid of the decimals. And there's no easy way with just the icons that are up here in this formatting area. What you do want to do is hit this dialog box launcher, this little area, which will open up more options for formatting your cells. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to number first, and I'm just going to put decimal places of 3. I don't mention this on the sheet, but this seems to help. So you get 3 decimal places. Then I'm going to go down to custom, and where it has this 0 in front of it, I'm seeing a custom, and there's a little example here. I'm just going to highlight and get rid of, or put my cursor here and get rid of that 0, so the sample now doesn't have a 0 in front of it. It's just 0.833 as far as the sample, and that's all I need to do. I'll hit OK, and all those cells should format like that, even when we do these bottom ones, when we do our totals later. So moving on, the next couple things we're going to do is more visual things. So I'll do these quick because we know how to do this stuff. Changing the row heights of 2 through 15. I'll highlight row 2 through 15. Changing the row height, same place. Format, row height, and it says to do it to 20, which is actually 20 points. On a Mac, you may have to put in inches or estimate inches for that. So I'll hit OK. There's the row heights, gives us a little more room. It's not as cramped. The next thing is number 7 on our list is column A, make the player names bold. I'm going to make the player names bold. I'll highlight them all, and I just hit the B button. Done. And if they're covering up names a little bit, you can stretch this out a little bit. We used auto-fit, but we could just stretch it out manually because it'll take up a little more space. There's no reason to have those cramped. Also in row 1, we're told to make the text bold. This is going across all these headings up here. We're going to make the text bold. And then we're going to make the shading of the background black. Now that means we're going to have to make the text white, or you're not going to see the text. So whichever way you do this, you're not going to see it for a little bit. So I'm going to shade with the paint bucket to fill all those cells. Use the paint bucket, and I'll fill them with black. And then while it's still selected, I'm going to use the text, and that's the one with the A on it, and I'm going to make the text white, and it should look like that. There should be a heading. Now we still need a heading above this, which we're going to have to do. So we're going to insert a new row. We're going to go right on row 1, and like I said, if you insert, it should always make a row or a column before what you're doing. So I'm going to right click on row 1, and I'm going to hit insert, and it should make a new row. And for the new row, we're going to type in Boston Red Sox postseason statistics 2007. This stuff is also from 2007. Now, it also says to merge and center A through P. You could do that to start. We could do that even before we type it in. So you could highlight all these cells, A through P, and do a merge and center. That way, when you type it, it'll be right in the middle. So I'm going to click here and start typing Boston Red Sox. Postseason, that means after the season, like playoffs, statistics, and I'll put 2007. That's when I came from. Okay, we got about a minute left on this video, so I'll just finish up with this. This is again number 9 on your sheet. It says make this 18 point bold. So I'll go here to my text and make it 18 point. And then I'll make it bold, and if it should make enough room for it. You could stretch it out a little bit if you need to, change the row height a little bit, but also I'm going to highlight the background and make it red. So I'll use the paint bucket again and make the background red. You could use white. White would stand out nice on that background as well. So we're going to be moving on. Also, I'll do this right before we end here. We're going to control click alternating rows. I'll click one row of 4, and then I'll control click 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16, and I'll fill those rows of gray. And then we'll stop there.